Hello everyone and welcome to DEADSIDE. This is not a video I expected to make. Um, I've tried survival games like this in the past. Scum, DayZ, multiple different ones, and none of them really click with me. Even the casual ones like State of Decay 2, a little bit different, but that one, in the end, the gameplay loop just didn't have lasting appeal to me. At first it was fun, but it kind of drained off pretty quickly. Whereas this game, I'd seen it on Steam a few times, looked at the reviews, and it had the mostly positive, and I was kind of a little hesitant, especially for the price, about diving in. But ended up, taking the risk, dropping to 30 on it, and I have been extremely surprised by this game. To me, it's the little simple loop of going out, collecting items, coming back to sell them, and the rep system with the merchants that they've added recently really helps a lot. So you go out and you're looking for the cigarettes, for the scrap metal, and the other items that kind of give you, like the watches, that kind of give you a little boost in the rep. It's a little bit slow gaining feeling at times, but it gives a nice little loop, almost like an extraction shooter feel, where you're going out, collecting those, and trying not to get killed on the way back. So right now I'm playing on a PvE server because I recently just started with the game, and I've been wanting one of these games that kind of has a PvE and PvP, both of them, either mode that you play, kind of feeling rewarding, or just let's see, having at least a little bit of challenge. And this one is one of the first ones I've really felt that, without having to have any mods or anything, the PvE side of things actually feels pretty good to play. It's not boring, and actually it has a nice challenge to it, especially as you go up in the higher level missions. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do an easy one to begin with. So this game on the map, I'll go over here to a little safe area first, and as you can hear the chatter, which is thanks to our walkie-talkie right here, and as it says, warns of approaching bots. So you kind of hear chatter over the radio when you're near AI enemies, which is nice. And I do like that this one's a bit different from your standard survival games that we've had. So many of them are the zombie games. So it's basically your runner zombies or your shambling zombies, and it's kind of played out at this point for me. I just don't look forward to it. And then you have like Scum. I did enjoy Scum. I still own it. I still play it from time to time, but it is a little bit overly complicated in terms of some of its mechanics than what I've been looking for. For me, it's it seems like the older I get, the more particular I get, and more picky I get with the kind of games that I like and what I'm looking for. And just have been really surprised by how this one's really clicked with me. I really like the aspect of doing these missions, getting the items, returning back to base. Oh, that was oh wow, he's got hops. Let's see. Get him. Go ahead and reload because this does only have 4 shots. I cannot wait till I level up my rep a little bit so I can get a sniper rifle with a little bit more. Sometimes they take 1 shot, sometimes it's 2. One thing that I've noticed about the AI in this game is that they do have a little bit of, if you played Stalker 2, they have a little bit of Stalker 2 AI syndrome, where they are very, very aware of you most of the time. However, they don't have the aimbot aim that those AI have. They actually miss from a distance in this game, but up close they are pretty deadly, especially shotguns. They can down you pretty quick. But these are the lower level ones. These are unarmored guys, whereas when you get to let's see, let's go over here into cover. I hear footsteps from both sides. There's the other guy. Okay, they're both on the same side. Alright, we'll switch back over to our sniper. But I do like that from a distance, you know, if they're shooting a burst. If they're shooting a burst rifle or an automatic, I mean, they will actually not, you know, hit every single shot, unlike Stalker 2, where it's, you know, even at a distance, and when you're on the run, it feels like every single shot, even from an automatic, from a long distance, is hitting you. And this game does have a nice assortment of add-ons that you can do to your weapons. Like this one, I have the flashlight, and you can add scopes and stuff. So with the rep system, I'll show it kind of towards the end when I head back to the shop. You have a rep system that kind of limits what you can purchase, which I do like, because it kind of takes the fun out of the game when if you can just buy all the best weapons right from the beginning of the game. It's nice to have something to work towards, which I've always enjoyed in games. It's probably what I like the most about this one, is like I guess it wouldn't have clicked with me as much towards the early access phase before some of these things were implemented. But I do really like the progression feel that this has, where you don't have everything at the beginning. You have to kind of work up slowly, improving your equipment. Okay, so we've completed that mission, and then on the map it will mark a little kind of a container, or it's almost like a little shipment of items. So for the easy missions, it's usually kind of lower level stuff, but there are some nice items in there, kind of like repair kits and items to make better bandages and stuff. So yeah, usually you're going to get a smoke grenade, so we'll move that over. The police vest, these are very handy, so these help absorb some of the damage you take, because as you go up in difficulty, the weapons that the enemies use get better and better. Some of them can drop you pretty quickly, so you're gonna want protection from vest. Have a bandage. I will take that to sell, as well as that. Ammo, I'm pretty maxed out in terms of my storage back in the safe zone in terms of the ammo that I can carry. So the cigarettes and watches and scrap metal I was talking about, you're going to find those in various areas. You can find them on enemies, you can find them just laying around. So it's always good to come back and kind of search areas. There's a pretty decent respawn rate as well. And I think that's another thing that I like about this, is that it's a good kind of a more casual PvE experience. Probably PvP as well, compared to some of the other ones, where as you go into some of these, like a DayZ was a big one for me, where it felt like you could just run around forever, and Scum to a lesser extent, it felt like I could just roam around some of those maps for a long time, and you don't really find anything good. And then, you know, there's the hesitation of like, well, if I do find something good and I get killed early on, you know, how long is it going to take me to go back and find something decent again? Whereas this game actually gives you stuff pretty quickly. You'll find guns and items pretty commonly around the map. Now, they're going to be usually the same kind of three. You're going to have like a little SMG, a pistol, and then another like a little machine pistol are the most common ones, and shotguns. So you're not going to find like super high level weapons all over the place, but at least you're going to find something to defend yourself pretty quickly and easily. So if you do get killed, either in the PvE or PvP modes, it's not too hard to find some equipment to get yourself back on the get yourself back into the game. Now, one good thing to do in this game is to tear items up. So you'll see that you'll get ammo that will drop, and you'll also get bandages, dirty bandages that you can then combine with vodka to make sterilized ones, and then you can make the sterilized ones and combine them with these medicaments that then can make these higher level bandages, and these are really really good. And it all depends on the level of health that you get back from like the regen rate. If you use dirty rags, you'll get regen, but it will be very slow. And then sterilized rags, a little bit faster. And then finally these bandages are very very quick, healing you back up. So as you get into higher level missions with harder hitting enemies, you're gonna want those better bandages. So we'll tear these up. Kind of wanted to show, I haven't seen any yet, but sometimes you will get the cigarettes and items. Those, once it gets you rep, they will actually drop in these. There's a flask. Those are really good to pick up earlier on until you get other items like the bigger bottles and stuff. Those you can go to wells and fill them up with water, or make water collectors at your base. I haven't made a base yet. I'm going to start that soon, but right now I've just basically been living out of the this base, the little safe zone that you have where the traders are. Basically been doing like a little loop of doing missions and searching the closer towns. I'm not going to pick those up, but the closer towns to get things to upgrade my rep. So I'm kind of working on my rep early on in the game, and then I will kind of expand out doing tougher missions and starting to build up a base. I already have in mind where I want to kind of build it up, which is closer to like a well is usually a good spot to do it, just so you can have a quick access to improving your storage of water. How many? Because I usually will keep a few canteens and a couple water bottles to have. Okay, I do not know where my bike went. I don't think somebody took it, but maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe I just misplaced it. But anyway, we'll search this nearby town. So as I said, you will have the bots that will be around, and they vary in their danger level that they pose to you. So you'll have some that are just like, I mainly fought in there, which are unarmored, and they drop usually with 1 or 2 body shots from a good rifle. And then you'll have some areas you have to be kind of aware of where you're going, because you'll have military enemies and they are armored well. So just 1 or 2 shots to the gut are not going to drop them. You're going to want either higher caliber weaponry, or you're going to have to aim for headshots. But at the same time, what they are shooting at you are going to be harder hitting. So you're going to need to get your armor levels up. Let's see, here's one we can open. So as you can hear, there's the chatter again. So that tells us generally when you hear in this area, that means that, and you can hear their footstep, that means they're on the roof. So we work our way up. They won't come down because there's like a ladder that leads up to the roof. So they won't come down here and bother us. We can disassemble that, get spare parts, which will be important later. In terms of the base building. Again, I haven't really gotten into that, so because I'm still early on, I just want to make a video about it, just because this game's impressed me so much. I just wanted to kind of show it off to others, because I definitely feel like it's worth. If you've been looking for a survival game that has PvP and PvE, and they're both worth playing, this is definitely it. Especially if you're somebody who also wants a more casual experience for one of these games, that it's not casual in the fact that it's easy, but casual in the fact that it doesn't waste your time and it doesn't take hours and hours and hours to get into. And that's this one. And if you do die, it doesn't take long to get back into the action and build your inventory back up, which is very good. And I will say, compared to most other survival shooters that I have tried, in games in particular, especially on the PvE servers, the community in this game is super friendly. I've run into people who, you know, when they saw me as a new player, they would drop a gun for me, to kind of help me out. They drop sights for me. Ooh, these are always good to have, especially since I have a friend who will soon start playing this game, so those are good items to have that you can kind of share, kind of pass on the kindness that I've had others show to me. It really helps with this game, and it's really been a part of making the experience even better for me. It's just how nice people have been. I recently had an experience where I found an airdrop, and I got there first, but airdrops take quite a while to fall, so by the time that I found it, a group of about 4 other people had showed up, and they actually waited. They said, well, based on who got here first, we'll give you each person a 5-second advance. So they actually let me go in first to get the items for, that I wanted. They gave me a little 5-second head start due to the fact that I was there first, and I just thought that was really cool that I've run into people like that so far in this game, and that's been pretty impressive. Because usually you're gonna now, I'm not saying there aren't people like that in this game, but usually it feels like I've found in these types of games is trolls, but have not run into that. So let's see. So the big plastic water bottles, these are good. You have some that hold 60, which basically you get, for each sip you get about 20 of the thirst back. Regular ones you get 60, and that's 3 sips out of it, whereas these you get double that. So these big water bottles are better even than the canteens, the flask. So let's see, let's go ahead and eat these apples. They give you some water and some food, so we'll be getting both at the same time, and then that will allow us to move this down so we can pick up this vodka. Like I said, that's good for making our medicine, or our better bandages, that is. Okay, so right now I'm just kind of looking for any watches or cigarettes we can find to improve rep, but I haven't seen any. Okay, so we'll make our way up to these guys up on the roof. Oh, nice. So we will get rid of this beanie because they're not worth very much, and we'll pick up that. Electronics don't use right now much. The stacking in this game can be a little weird sometimes. Like that, sometimes it doesn't want to do it, but then like that one let me stack them, but just by dragging it. But if you do the move to inventory, it will do it. So there are tiny little quirks with this game, but nothing major. That's just one of the little small ones I've noticed. Let's see what we got here. Now here are the pack of cigarettes I was talking about. These are one of the few items in the game that you can pick up that will give you rep, which will improve the amount of or the tier of items that you can purchase, like better weapons, better equipment, better gear that you can buy from the vendors. So that's been one of my main focuses so far in the game, is just improving my rep, so I can take on missions better. Because right now I do have some higher level gear, but I can't easily, if I go into a high level mission and get killed, you can go back and get your stuff. But I want to get to a point where if I need to, I can just purchase the stuff as well. So you can just kind of play the game as you wish. So that went pretty well. Some ammo. Don't really need that one. Haven't been using that weapon yet. Vodka will take that. But basically just comes down to chance, kind of what you get out of the pockets. A lot of times you're just going to get ammo. This guy has a bag. I have a better one. So there are different tiers of bags that can hold different amounts of items. And to carry guns, you will need a bag. You can't carry those in like your pants or your vest or jackets. You're going to need a bag to be able to carry weapons. So the faster you can get one of those, the better. So we got rags from this one, ammo, and medicaments. So, like I said, there's a nice item right there. So it's always worth tearing anything that has pockets, that you see the little pocket icon that they're carrying something, because you never know when you're going to get something like that. So we will head back down. And this is just a small portion. There's the airdrops I talked about, there's helicopter crashes, let's open this up. You also have a very nicely sized map. So you have the different tiered missions. So we have the kind of entry level easy ones like I just did earlier. You have a little bit harder ones. These guys, so here you have the little easier hitting rifles, kind of pistols, shotguns and stuff. Up here they're gonna have AKs and stuff, and then it gets even harder with these, all the way up to the epic levels. Here's an airdrop. These kind of just happen all around the map. So just a variety of things to do. And I still haven't even seen a good portion of this map. I've been playing it for, I guess at this point, I have about 12 hours into the game or more, and I've only really been in this area. So there's a lot to do in this game. There's already another safe zone I haven't even been to. So I've just been really impressed. For 30 bucks, I can't recommend this game, higher, to give it a try if this is the type of game that you're into. And if you've been looking for one that has a nice PvE experience that's not boring, that actually has a little bit of a challenge to it, this one has that, because the higher level missions, they will definitely give you a challenge with the AI. And a lot of times I don't like, in Stalker 2, I don't like the fact that the AI is kind of just always aware of where you're at, and the fact that they, stealth isn't all that much of a possibility. But in this game, it doesn't bother me that much because of the fact that the AI doesn't have aimbot. I'm okay with the fact that they kind of know where you are. Sometimes they don't, though. It just kind of depends. But once they get sight of you, they will chase you down. Here's some guys. There we go. Oh, here's some more guys coming. They're in the back. Now those guys are dangerous. Any guy at close range with a shotgun in this game are, as they should be, they are very dangerous. Taking them down quickly is very important. Let's see if this guy had anything decent on him. We'll shred that. Just shotgun ammo and medicinal leaves. I'm not the biggest fan of those. I know you can make the tinctures with them. I haven't really dabbled in that yet, but just straight up they kind of lower your thirst levels, which isn't the best. Okay. Rope. Another one. I am finding a lot of these big plastic bottles that are actually nice. Kind of allow me to get rid of some of the smaller canteens and stuff that I have. Let's go ahead and let's eat one of these items. Actually, let's put this over here for now. Okay, they both have 20. So we will eat the candy cane because we're getting low on hunger. So we'll go ahead and eat the candy cane. Move this one back down here. And we can carry that. So that'll help me ease up some of my inventory space, where I can get rid of some of the flask and smaller water bottles that I have, and just kind of keep a rotation of one or two of those, because you do have limited amount of storage at the safe zone that I'm using right now, so that will kind of help with that. So we will head back there, and I do like that we can leave markers, so you can kind of just hold shift and you can put a marker wherever you like. I have one right now placed on where the mission was, so we'll put one right back here. So we can get back to the safe zone. Graphically, it's a pretty good looking game on the highest settings. You know, nothing amazing, but I don't mind that just for the fact that the performance is really good. So we'll take those. But the sound design, everything, especially with headphones and stuff, there's nice, you know, ambient sounds, just background music, and just when you're going through the forest, and if you know, just the sounds of the walking through the leaves and stuff, and the sounds of the forest itself. It's a pretty immersive game actually. And then when you hear gunshots or the sound of a passing a player on their motorcycle or on their Jeep and stuff, it's pretty cool. So the graphics and the sound do a really good job of doing the part of getting you immersed into the game world. So we'll run back over here. Wish we did have our bike. There might be actually one around here somewhere, but and we could have checked all that area over there for items. There could have been you know, cigarettes, scrap metal items there. So it's pretty much worth going and checking every little nook and cranny. So now we're in the safe zone, and we're going to head back here to where we started, and this is the trader. So this is kind of the feeling that kind of has a little bit of an extraction shooter feel to it, because you want to make it back and sell your items. In the early game, the risk is a bit higher when you don't have any really good gear, because you can be killed pretty easily. Just the fact that the damage amounts. And it can be a little surprising because, you know, you'll take a couple shots here and there, and you'll just see your health go down by a couple points. And then as the calibers go up, and then there might be an enemy in there that has a little bit better weapon, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, you're seeing 20 points come off your health really quickly. So we're back here, and we have this guy who sells or trades with weapons, and this guy that trades with kind of like restorative items. So he is the one that will take kind of the non-weaponry items. So we can sell scrap metal. I think both actually take this. And as you can see up there underneath the reputation level 1, it says 2 next level, 161. So we'll sell. These were 6. And you see it drop down, and here are cigarettes that are worth 10, 145. So you're constantly kind of building that, and as you move forward, so even in the restoration, you see those little says respect 2 and 3 for the reputations, and then over with our weapons, it's even more important. So we have our weapons here. So these are the tier 1 items that I unlocked by getting to rep 1, because you do start at 0. And with rep 2, we unlock all of these weapons. And it goes down to 3 and 4. Some of your best weapons are going to be in these 3 and 4. And it goes with our equipment and modifications. So a lot of these items don't offer that much protection that we can buy right now. It's kind of what I was talking about before, where I want to work on getting our reputation up. So here's our base level police vest that we can buy. But as we improve, we can get higher and higher leveled stuff, and we can finally get some armored stuff that has pockets as well. So this will allow us to have protection but also carry stuff. Right now, using the police vest, we are losing out on being able to carry anything, because we can't carry, there's no pockets on it. So that's one downside of this. But you can see assault vest, so, and even the heavy assault helmets and stuff. So these will let you do the much higher leveled missions with the tougher enemies. So that's kind of why right now I've been concentrating on getting my rep up, and then I'll move on to the higher. Right now I've been doing like the medium and the easy level missions, just getting started out with the game and getting a feel for it. But overall, I've just been really impressed by this game and the nice little loop that it has, little gameplay loop of going out, getting the items, selling them to get money. That allows you to buy your weapons and restorative stuff if you need them, and then also getting that rep up, so that then you can buy higher level weapons that will let you do higher level missions, as well as the rewards from the current missions will let you do higher level missions, because you will get better stuff in those than you're going to find around the world. So overall, it's just been a really kind of pleasant experience, especially where it's a little bit more casual. Kind of see other players coming in. This is a very, very populated area where you're going to see a lot of players coming in with trading. But anyway, I just want to do a quick little video to show off DEADSIDE and the fact that it's a nice experience, both PvE and PvP. I'm more of a PvE guy, and I found that some of them have been a little bit boring, especially the ones with zombies. Having this one where you have the different levels of difficulty with the AI that you have, and there's kind of risk reward of going in solo against higher level enemies and then having to go back and get your stuff. And I've had one experience early in the game where when I was killed, I went back to get the items and ended up disappearing. So I don't know if there's kind of a timer with that. That would be completely fine if there is. Kind of add a little bit more to urgency to get back to your body. But overall, impressive game. And I think if you've been looking for a game that offers more approachable, casual experience while also delivering a challenge, I think this is definitely worth a shot. So anyway, this has been DEADSIDE, and I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. See you guys.